welcome to SPNation Season 2. I'm your host, Arlo De Jesus, and joining me tonight are two big names in the sports world. First, we have Mark Zambrano, a news anchor, host, and a journalist. Grabe, idol. Good evening.
Huwag mo lang ako patatandayan, Arlo. Tatanggapin ko lahat ng sinabi mo, but thank you for the welcome.
How are you po? Happy Friday.
I'm good. Na-traffic eh.
Pino ba?
Kaya sumagot ako agad eh.
Kasi
baka masanay doon sa po, kaya sumagot na ako agad. But good evening everybody. We're excited to break down all the topics for you tonight.
And of course, we have Coach Martin Hammer Antonio, a strength and conditioning coach and a sportscaster as well. Good evening, Coach Hammer.
Hindi po ako big name, big lang ako. Big lang ako. Maganda kami sa aking unang partner. Yan ang aking unang partner sa sports coverage si Mark. And of course, Binibining Arla. Magandang gabi sa'yo.
And to our sports fans, are you ready to elevate your sports experience? Dive into the world of live sports like never before with Sports Plus PH. Whether you're a diehard fan or simply love the thrill of the game, we've got you covered. Register now at sportsplus.ph. So tonight, we have 3 exciting topics. Grabe, simulan na po ba natin?
Kasi alam namin kung saan ka pinaka-excited na topic.
Hammer!
Alam ko meron kang insider info dyan.
Isa doon sa tatlo.
Ako yung pinakauna.
Ikaw
Yung pinakauna.
Napapailing na lang ako kasi umpisa pa lang. So we have 3 hot takes tonight. First, Justin Brownlee not as dominant as he was by Coach Luigi Trillo of Meralco Bolts. And for our second hot take, what's next for Troy? And for our last hot take, QP versus DLSU prediction. Okay,
Mukhang tama ka yung una, no? Yung medyo...
Oo.
Tingin mo.
Close to the heart. Close to the heart yan kay Arlo.
Okay, let's start. So, Meralco Bolts head coach Luigi Trillo remarked that Barangay Ginebra's resident import Justin Brownlee is not as dominant as he was during his earlier years in the PBA. So what can you say about that, Mark and Coach Hammer?
Well, lahat naman kasi tayo tumatanda eh.
Yeah.
If you can talk about longevity, lalo na sa PBA where you're playing at the highest level of basketball in the country, at least in the country, siguro kahit pa paano masasabi nating nagwi-wane ng konti. But again, you have to consider na hindi na katulad yung basketball ngayon nung araw eh. Because now, I think now, compared to before na pag may big man ka, you're required to dominate. Ikaw lang, pasa ka sa loob, di ba? Take control of the game inside, shoot inside, dominate, block shots. Ngayon kasi, Justin Brownlee is in an era of basketball where he doesn't have to be the only one playing like that. And even though sinasabi natin na medyo bumagal, probably medyo nag-wane yung performance, look at his averages, 30s, di ba? So kung yun yung sinasabi natin na medyo nag-dip yung performance but he's still averaging 30 points a game, double-double performance every game, I'll take that over any other player. So siguro ang sinasabi lang ni Coach Luigi Trillo dito, maybe it's not the same the way he's playing, but the question is, does he have to? I don't think so.
Well, I want to second that notion ni Mark. Kasi now, with Kuya JB, Pinoy ito eh. Kuya JB is playing at his most efficient.
Yeah.
At his most efficient. He's averaging 37 and 5 with better percentages, both in 3 points and in 2-point field goals. Yan yung unang-una natin titignan. Is he slowing down? Of course he is. He is getting up there in age. He's 36 ngayon. Turning 37 within the year. And nandun pa rin sila sa kayang i-sustain with the competition. And the composition now ng Barangay Ginebra, they have a very young team. Stephen Holt is there, Marcia Barrientos, of course, is there as their new backcourt. Mas nabawasan siya ng load. So, hindi na kailangan dumiin when he was carrying a much older squad. So, ngayon, na mas nadidistribute na yung bola, of course, nandaroon pa rin sila Japet o the old faithfuls. But, again, ang usapan naman kasi dyan is winning. As long as you're winning, as long as you're playing more efficiently, and in this series, kasi grabe rin yung Allen Durham eh. Si AD, nagdagdag na rin ang outside shot. Kausap nga yung isa kong player na nasa pros na rin. sabi niya, ang hirap daw bumantay ng import. Galing college eh.
Yeah.
Tapos rookie sa PBA. Nung sinasaro daw niya si Durham, hindi niya alam kung paano niya ipo-push out. Nung na-push out niya, sinutan naman daw siya ng 3 points. So sabi niya, Coach, iba pala talaga sa PBA. Shoutout, dami kong tabay. Nakakwentuhan kasi dami about it. So again, going back to the topic, again, it's a tall order. Defending Justin Brownlee. Of course, it's a quarterfinal series and they just won their first championship, talking about Meralco. Pero it's a tall task. But again, Cliff Hodge, Almazan, and all those guys, even si Bong Quinto, are taking turns defending Justin Brownlee. But 30 points is 30 points.
Saka feeling ko kargado lang kasi ng emosyon, I guess, yung
Oh,
statement.
of course.
Alam mo naman yung history ng dalawang team na to.
Tsaka coaches will always play for fight for their players. Siyempre mga player kung ganda din depensa. Kahit 30 yung i-score, maganda yung dinidepensa lang. Magaling lang talaga si Brownlee.
Saka minsan play of minds yan eh. Alam mo, baka siguro naisip ni Coach Luigi, pag binanggit ko to, baka in a way isipin ni Justin na, baka ganun, maapektuhan yung game niya. So he'll take it anyway. But again, looking back at the history of these two teams, siguro kargado rin ng emosyon yung sinasabi niya because you all know what Ginebra did with Justin Brownlee hitting that shot over Durham, and then that last game when he did it again for the second time almost in the same spot. So yung rivalry is building up, and I think it's becoming a go-to topic when it comes to the PBA. And I think that's where the statements of Coach Luigi is coming from.
Tapos may sinabi pa si Coach Luigi na they are different team right now. They are not the same team as last year. So ano po ba sila last year?
Oh yeah, last year they had Christian Hardinger. They're more physical, more rugged. Stanley Pringle was there. Now they're faster.
Younger and faster. And a better defensive team, which is a trademark of Coach Tim na since I started watching the PBA 1996, I was in grade 3. Hindi ko pa naiintindihan nun yung intricacies ng laro. Pero ang naiintindihan ko, hirap na hirap sumut. Sila Jabo, kasi Ginebra yung bahay namin eh. Ako, San Miguel ako eh. San Miguel yung team ko, hirap na hirap sumut. Sila Bong Alvarez, sa pagkakalaban yung Alaska, sabi ko, ba't ang hindi umabot ng 100 yung score? Now, retroactively, as I watch yung mga greatest games sa online, ganun pala sila dumipensa. And through and through, lahat ng mga teams ni Coach Tim, best defensive team. And now, they have the dogs that can play that way. Dahil mas bata na ngayong backcourt, nakaka-pressure na sila, nakaka-force na center numbers. At isa pang magandang ginagawa ngayon ng Ginebra, bumabalik sila dun sa Jawok style, na takbo sila ng takbo.
Yeah.
Na yun yung difference ng team nila ngayon.
Actually, maganda yung nabanggit mo na yun eh. Yung mga tropa ko na Ginebra fans sa Die Hard, gusto daw nila yung team ngayon.
Kasi natrat eh.
Oh, because they remember the days when Jaworski and Baldavid was running the show. Talagang yung pasahan, ang bilis. Yung ikot ng opensa, ang bilis. That's the kind of Ginebra that the fans want. Kaya nung nakita nila yung lineup na ganito, they like this more than the slow, orchestrated Ginebra.
Yung triangle na veterano, nagmamamaan.
Minsan kasi pag masyadong maraming big man, masyadong maraming talls sa team, bumabagal eh. But now with RJ there and all the other players na mabilis, tall guys who can move with their feet, ang ganda pa
Tapos meron pa nadagdag na fresh na Joe Devans.
Yes.
Nakapagpahinga.
Kalain mo, no? Joe Devans.
JDV kasi nakalaban ko pa to in the PBL. You were covering us.
Yes.
You were covering us in the PBL. Si Joe Devans kasi is malaking small forward na nagpo-point guard eh. And ang nakuha niya yung loob ni Coach Tim kasi he can pass it, he can orchestrate. Parang Lamar Odom sa Lakers.
Yes.
Malaki na gwardiya na kayang mag-4, kayang mag-sentro. So complementary dun sa mga mas bata. Dahil hindi man siya mabilis physically, pero mabilis smart, mabilis
Sobrang
pumasa.
talino.
At ang nakaka-engage sila ng fast break, which is a new dynamic sa team ni Coach Tim.
Grabe.
Ikaw, ano yung... kita mo, nabigyan ka namin
Kala ko tatanungin niya, kailan ka nag-PBL?
Hindi, tatanungin ko kay Arlav. Hindi kasi, Arlav, ikaw, alam naman natin na you're able to see their game days.
Yes.
What do you think is something different now? Dahil Brownlee is up there in age at distributed yung scoring nila. Ano yung mga ginagawa nito before games na napapansin mo?
Before games?
Yung pre-game ritual niya. Shooting squats.
Yeah, yung mga ganon, Coach.
Basic
Pero
lang.
before po kasi hindi ko napanood eh. So wala akong idea kung paano sila before. Pero ngayon sa nakikita ko, maganda nga yung combination ng players. Balance. Yung hindi lang puro matatangkad, hindi lang puro As in, maganda yung balanse ng
Mas
buhok
matagal
nila
bang niyelohan ngayon? Iba ba yung pag-tape ng ankle? Minsan, di ba?
Hindi,
Factor
tsaka
yun
hindi,
eh.
tsaka hindi na siya nagsuscooter masyado sa... Kasi di ba sa The Fort mahilig mag-scooter si Justin... Tatakbo kami ni Carmina eh. Oh, Justin Browning, naka-scooter.
Baka nag-iingat lang. Nag-iingat lang.
Mas delikado nga yun eh. Pero, I mean, coming off an Asian Games gold and consistently,
Yes.
I mean, historically, one of the best imports. Pero Norman Black pa rin ako. Pero one of the best imports in recent memory. Na 30 points is 30 points. But again, hindi naman yan diretso magka-crush. Laging consistent, and then eventually, kahit si the late great Bobby Parks
Right.
naglaro pa nung early 2000s, so may score pa rin ng 20, 20.
Nangangalabaw pa rin.
Exactly. So, ako, tingin ko, it's that more efficient Justin Brownlee, more fine-tuned to what they're doing.
Okay, let's move on to our next hot take. For our second hot take, what's next for Troy Rosario? A 6'7" big man who officially became an unrestricted free agent after securing his release from Blackwater Mose.
Start with a big man.
Oh,
Go, Chamar.
me? I would
Big man.
when it comes to contract negotiations and
Yeah.
contract discussions, I would always tell people that decision involves a lot of zeros. And if you're a professional athlete, you want to take care of your family, you want to have that generational wealth to take care of your kids and to have a good life for the generations to come, you get the biggest offer.
Yeah.
Especially he won in the pros, and
Yeah.
if you have bigger offers abroad, as long as your body can withstand the rigors of the training, kasi iba rin yung training style. So ako, after winning a championship, I would always get the biggest contract. Hindi po ako komunista, kapitalista po ako. Kapitalista po ako. So if the contract is in favor, again, you can't get what you deserve, only what you can negotiate for. So if you can get the maximum amount of years for the maximum amount of money, you might as well get it to set yourself up. Dahil maiksi ang lifespan ng pro athletes.
How about you, Mark?
Well, to be fair to Blackwater, I think they don't want Troy to leave. Actually, nagbigay sila ng option for Troy to take 900,000 pesos plus bonuses. So that's still a huge amount considering, tulad na sinabi mo, yung mga athletes tumatanda din yan eh. So you have to consider how long pwede ka pang maglaro and how much more you can earn. But on the other hand, meron din offer si Troy Rosario ng 1.1 million pesos
Sa
a
Japan.
month sa Japan.
Grabe.
So, again, dun maglalaro yung, eto yung edad ko, eto yung inaalok sa akin ng mga teams na to, ng team na to sa Japan. What's more important to me now? Longevity, stay in home soil and play for Blackwater, which I'm already playing with? Or do I take a big leap with me and my family to another country and get paid bigger? So, walang assurance actually, but again, tulad nung sinabi ni Coach Hammer, kung saan malaki.
Oo, yun
When
din
the
kasi,
price is
Padre de pamilya ka, bro eh.
Professional yan. Pero ako tingin ko dapat magantay ng konti si Troy. Kasi yung Dubai money, yung team ni Ferdy Ravena,
Yes.
tapos yung mga commercial teams na sasali sa EuroLeague after makita tong pag-participate ng Dubai, ang laking opportunity yan. Lalo na ngayon, Troy is 31, turning 32, I think, next year. So, kasi maalaga sa katawan ng mga players natin yan eh. So, we're looking at an 8-year window bago. Kasi nag-set na ng standard si Asi Taulava eh. Na hanggang 40 years old, kaya mo maglaro at a high level provided that you take care of your body. Diba? And mas magaling na ang sports science, magaling na ang medicine natin ngayon, magaling na ang training natin ngayon. Na pagka nag-buy-in ka, pati yung kinakain mo lahat, nutrition and all that, may longevity ka talaga. Sign a 2-conference deal. And then once the EuroLeague starts, makita nila si Thirdy, makita nila yung mga ibang Pinoy na mas bata. Uy, baka pwede tayong kumuha ng Pilipino pag si KQ pumunta na rin dun sa EuroLeague. Hopefully, you would go EuroLeague or NBA G League para mas makita si KQ. But we don't know his plans. But going back to the point, Troy Rosario, 6'7", can play small forward, can play power forward, would be an asset to any team. So, kung ako, if I was in his shoes, I would look at a team that participates international competition. That's number one. So, what's that team? What's the team that brought, ito yung wild card, what's the team that brought Dwight Howard here, who's also talking to Derrick Rose, and who's also participating in one of the bigger tournaments in the Dubai International Tournament, which nakikita yung mga players, SGA. That's the wild card. Kasi SGA is a big team that is getting scouted and very well coached with Coach Raiko, Coach Charles, and meron silang financial structure with the strong group as their backer. So that's one of the things that he needs to look into if he wants to venture into international competition.
Sobrang daming option.
Kasi 6'7" na magaling mag-basketball, pinag-champion mo yung NU ng
Alam mo,
Grabe.
kung titingnan mo lahat ng mga teams that could possibly take him, of course, Ginebra is in the picture. Etong tropang Giga could really acquire him. Pero sabi ni Troy, parang hindi yata niya priority dahil
unrestricted free agent eh. No strings
Actually,
attached.
nagulat ako nung binitawan siya noong 2022. I was shocked.
Siya rin nagulat eh,
Oo,
di ba?
pati siya. So I don't think that would be an option for him. Pero kung titingnan mo yung lineup, yung kultura, and then the pay, I would hope that he would take the Japan gig.
Japan
Because
would be
if you look at the lineup of that team, for a sweet shooting big man tulad ni Troy, he would fit right in. And yung work ethic naman ni Troy, kahit saan mo ilagay yan.
Hindi siya mabubugbog kasi merong foreigner na big man. May Amerikanong big man.
So, tatagal lalo yung
Tatagal
career,
yung career.
more options to earn. Win-win.
Yun talaga yun ni Ernie. Pero ako SGA ako.
Talaga?
Mag-SGA ako. I want to learn the Euro game with Coach Raiko.
Yeah.
I mean, he played for Gilas.
Regardless of the lineup?
Oh, regardless of the lineup. Kasi nakita ko, na-cover ko ang SGA with the Dubai International 2 seasons ago. Talagang binibigyan nila ng exposure yung mga Pinoys.
Yeah.
And if an opportunity arises for him to join that might be a good option for him. Kasi short tournament, you get scouted by international coaches. But again, if you want that longer deal, you want to secure the most zeros. So,
Good problem, no?
Oo.
Sarap. Ikaw na maging Troy Rosario.
At saka pagka yung mga all is pagka-business, nawawala yung mga emotion eh. Paano pagka parehas din ako? Training ka namin dati pero parehas din yung kontrata mo nung makukuha mo sa Japan. Talaga na. Let's mend fences. Di ba?
Tatapatan eh, no?
Oo. I mean, zeros and winning championships absorbs a lot. It makes you forget a lot of things.
Yep.
Diba? Maraming nakakalimutan na yung injury at saka yung masasakit pag nananalo at saka pag may dumadagdag sa bank account. Yun na lang.
And now let's move on to our last hot take. UP versus DLSU prediction.
I would take UP. Uy,
Parehas tayo eh. Parehas tayo eh.
Ang bilis!
UP fight, syempre.
UP fight. UP
Kasi tinan mo naman well, nahirapan sila against UST without JD Kagulang.
Yeah.
But everybody stepped up. When you look at the lineup ng UP Fighting Maroons ngayon, bawat position,
Loaded.
Grabe, all-star team eh.
Oo.
How can you really say that this team cannot react to any situation na iba to sa kanila on the floor?
Exactly.
And I think if you play against a team like LaSalle, Kevin Kiambao, of course, being the sole bright spot in that team, he's gelling with his teammates, but again, meron siyang instances where he doesn't know where to go.
Yep.
He doesn't know who to count on kung hindi gumaganda yung laro niya. JD Kagulangan doesn't have that problem. He has so many players.
It's everyone.
Everybody loaded in every department yung team na yan. And I think, given the choice na kung sino pipiliin ko between those two teams, I would take UP. Especially if JD still gets to play. Ano yata hindi lang siya pinaglaro just to be sure that he's 100%. He could have played in that last game against UST. But Coach Goldwyn said, teka, pahinga muna, okay lang yan. And maybe in the next game, hopefully in that game against LaSalle, makita natin si JD playing.
Well, ako naman, for the longest time that Coach Goldwyn had the UP Maroons since after pandemic, they had one problem. They had one person that gave them fits. It was Fortsky Padrigao. And before Fortsky, nung 6-man pa lang siya, si SJ. So they always had trouble with guards. Last year, LaSalle had Evan Nelly as their quarterback. And it maximized the opportunities for KQ. Na yung matchup nila ni Carl Tamay was really a sight to behold in the future ng Philippine basketball yung dalawang yan. But this season, with the system of Coach Topex, they're still looking for that guard. They're looking for that guard. Nakita natin Fortsky Padrigao looked like an international prospect. Diba? Nung game na yun, I watched the game and I watched the highlights, ni-replay ko kasi
Grabe yun.
ang galing magbasa sa pick and roll. I mean, it's the coach tab effect and talagang naturally magaling yung bata. And the passes that he was zipping against the defenders, and hindi lang basta-basta, materiales fuertes yung UP. Kumbaga, lahat ng A-lister nandoon. Diba? So, ang Lasal ngayon, yun yung magiging. Kasi Kevin Kemba will provide everything that he can. You need to bring out a stretcher for him after the game dahil pagod na pagod yan.
Yeah.
Bubuhos yan. Buhos maglaro si KQ. But their next best point guards are on the training team. I mean, not to say anything about I like Alian, I like Joshua David and all those guys. But Jacob Cortez and Kian Baclaan are still doing their residency. So those are the next best point guards in the UAAP. But yun ang magiging tanong. Kasi pag dumipensa ang UP, parang sa NCAA sila naglalaro. Yun yung totoo. Para silang sa NCAA na talagang they would be on your grill and dahil malakas sila, tough sila, at ang lalaki nila, hindi ka nila papahingahin. Ganun din yung Lasal. But little bit younger yung team ng Lasal. So, masusubukan si Motor Mike dahil parang Persian sa 300 Ang dami ng reinforcement foul trouble yung foreign student athlete. Gani Stevens. Foul trouble. Si Miller Brown. Brad, sunod-sunod ang dami. Ang lalim. Kompleto talaga. So, ako with this matchup, I would pick, I would like for Lasal to get a win. But it will be a tall order. I want Lasal just because KQ needs to stamp his class that, I'm the man.
Can I just be totally honest? Nandun pa ako sa time na nagbo-bonfire ang UP dahil nanalo sila ng 1 game. Nandun pa ako
Sila Mike Siluman pa.
Di ba sabi ko, I was there. Kaya ako now that we're talking about UP in this light, na di ba?
Iba
Against a super powerhouse team, and parang nandun pa rin ako sa point na we're talking about UP this way. Parang ganun That doesn't mean I'm old, Arlov. Doesn't mean I'm old. I'm just saying, I'm nostalgic that way. Alam niya na ganun ako.
Alam mo, inabutan ni Mark yung number 1 pick na galing sa UP, si Kuya Paulo Mendoza.
Paulo Mendoza.
Scorer. Yung mga kamatch ni...
Kinakamusta ko nga pala si Paulo Mendoza. Pau.
No?
That's why I'm talking about that time when UP was there, but I don't think we're gonna go back there ever again. UP has cemented its class in the UAAP, and I think it's just gonna get a lot better considering the way na in-embrace na talaga ng UP community itong basketball team na
True. 3 things that you need for a sustainable basketball, for a sustainable winning program. I've seen it, how it was built. Number 1, you need to have recruitment. That's a check. Number 2, you need to have coaching. And number 3, the most important part is the war chest. If you have the funds, if you have the people that can identify talent, and if you can get the talent to your stable, hirap kang talunin. Parang kasi Don King yan. Diba?
Alam mo, maganda yung nabanggit mong talent I would throw a question to you ngayon, bro. In terms of identifying talent and harnessing talent, how do you think Coach Goldwyn is doing now, especially this season?
Ang ganda
Di ba?
Oo.
Wow!
Hindi kasi naging backbone ng UP is the guard. Si Abadjano, tsaka si Fortea, and Carl Tamayo. Those 3 guys, dapat ang apelido niya Monteverde na yun. Saka kay Coach Gold na yan lumaki. And it's a hat tip dito kay Coach Gold and for his staff. Dahil inalagaan na si Coach Tom, lalo na si Coach Tom.
Right.
Na si Coach Tom kasama ni Coach Gold ever since he was with Shanghai and he was starting coaching. And he treats these boys as his own kids. Kaya very important na si Jerry nandoon. Yung si Terence nandoon. Yung dalawang yan. Yung mga iba, dumating na buti nga, nakuha nila si KQ Kasama din nila yun si Carl, di ba? Nung high school sila. So, talent identification is one thing. But how do you secure the talent?
That's it.
So that's when the UP community, the alumni, the boosters, yan yung reality ng college sports ngayon. Buti nga wala tayong NIL Kung may NIL tayo, baka mas malalaki pa yung allowance. Baka hindi ko naman patakbo ng suicide yung mga player ko.
Puro reklamo na sa'yo.
Baka pagkasabihin ko, kakainin natin ngayon Hindi tayo pwede mag-soda, hindi tayo pwede Teka, magpapaluto na ako ng prime rib para diba ganun yung magiging usapan. But again, with UP, the number 1 thing is they have the academics. We both see it in our lives that UP diploma takes care of a lot of things. Swerte ako dahil may sabeda na may UP pa ako. Pero yung susunod is, sa basketball career mo, ngayon may blueprint na eh. Ngayon, pag nagsiscout na sila ng player, uy, Carl Tamayo, itong batch ng mga guards, uy, may Kagulangan, Terence Fortea, Jerry Abadiano, maaasahan natin to sa endgame. Diba? Meron pang mga Mark Belmonte, 6'7", Torculas, galing sa high school nila, may loyalty tong batang to. So, ganun yung titingnan. And on top of it, sila yung nakakuha ng championship.
Yeah.
So, winning loves company. Diba?
Yeah.
Hindi lang misery. Pagka nananalo ka, lahat gusto sa'yo. So, that's one thing. Magaling pa yung coach mo, meron ka pang infrastructure. So, it's if not the very best program right now, definitely top 3. Top 3 in the country.
Okay, and now let's move on to our comments from Facebook and TikTok. Basahin natin yung mga comments ng ating mga viewers. Thank you, James Velasquez, for your comment.
Nabasa ko,
Di ba?
JD Gayoso, pag feel mo, pukul mo. Let it fly.
You know, then JJ, Mark, Tubid, Hatfield, Revis.
Grabe.
Grabe naman talaga yun.
Favorite ko si Rudy Hatfield.
Di ba?
Favorite ko. Pero yun nga eh. I mean, yun kasi, it's the Philippine, yun yung larong Pinoy eh.
Yes.
Parang ang lahat ng Pilipino na yung mga tito natin, siguro lolo mo na, our love, mga uncle. Hindi, lolo niya, di ba yung 19, ilang taon ng PBA ngayon?
Napupunta na naman tayo sa edad.
Sa edad, 50 years, magiging 50 years na PBA. Kaya yung mga, ang corollary natin, Jogo tsaka Mon Fernandez maglaro eh. Kasi nung naglalaro yung mga Pilipino nung araw, nung panahon nila na yun, buhos kung buhos, patay kung patay, hanggang nung 90s, tapos nagsimula ulit kila JJ Helterbrand.
Yeah.
Pag naglaro, buhos. Kaya ngayon, gusto na naman ng mga tao yung Nebra kasi papakabatay yung mga player. Nakita mo Stephen Holt, yun yung una kong...
Holt, no?
Yun yung nakita kong film na parang si Rudy Hatfield, patalbog na yung bola sa labas. Lamang na sila na malaki, denive pa rin.
Nasa ibabaw nun ng railing yun yung bola. Denied. Wala siyang pake, may injury siya.
Laban tong
Buwis
mga
buhay.
Oo, yun talaga. Yun kasi yung Filipino brand of basketball. Na parang pati pato panabla, sunugan bahay yung laro eh. Tapos ice tubig lang yung pinaglalabanan. So ganyan eh. Kaya minamahal ng mga tao yung mga players na ganyan.
Thanks, James.
Thank you, James. And let's move on to our next comment. Thank you, Dropping Dimes Events Manila, for your comment. Head Coach Luigi Trillo, Dummy Coach, 0-3 sa semis. May comment pang nalalaman eh. Shut up pag talunan na. Dami lang, please. So,
Required kasi sila magbigay ng comment. It was an interview.
Hindi naman bigla na lang nagsalita eh. He was asked.
Mahirap kasi a lot of snippets from online content minsan na misconstrued, di ba? So it just gets chopped off of a bigger conversation. Baka biglang tinanong. Maganda mapakinggan yung interview kay Coach Luigi sa
yung buo,
sa Abante. Kasi baka ang context is pinako-compare sa kanya, ano yung difference ng Brownlee na nakalaban niya last year sa Brownlee ngayon. So, the whole context should be taken into consideration before giving an opinion dun sa sinabi niya. So, sa akin yun lang naman.
Pero, alam mo naman eh, as I said, itong si Coach Luigi, you know na whenever he talks, he makes sense. That's how we know Coach Luigi in the past eh. Hindi naman nagsasalita ng bara-bara. So, maybe it's just coming from somewhere emotional, I guess, considering the way that the series is being played.
Ako, tingin ko it's somewhere comparative eh.
Yes.
On comparing Kuya JB before, and kasi previous eh, kung bumabagal na ba ngayon,
Yes.
yun yung parang context eh. So mamaya pakinggan ko yung interview na yan para mapapost ko.
Pero kung sa numbers pag-uusapan, hindi eh.
Hindi consistent eh.
Kasi noong 2016 ba siya pumasok kung Ginebra? He was averaging, I think, 29 points a
Tumaas
game?
pa nga eh. Dahil mas efficient nga yung 3-point shooting niya ngayon.
So sa numbers, the numbers don't lie. But you know, when you look at him personally, yung galaw niya, posible. Pero as you said, he's being very efficient.
Might have lost a step or two, di ba?
It doesn't matter if you get the numbers.
Lamont Strotters nga, hindi na helicopter eh.
And the win.
Oo, yun naman eh, di ba? Hindi na nga siya helicopter.
Ano na ngayon?
Gyrocopter na lang yung nag-champion pa rin, di ba? So, ni Turkin Mott eh. Turkin Mott!
and now,
Hindi na kilala ni Arlam. Yung mga import na.
Google mo.
mamaya po, assignment ko yan.
May punan naman eh. Talaga.
Ay, sorry. And now let's move on to our next comment. Thank you, Tito of Manila. Go for the best monetary offer. Wag na sa MVP group, tinabla na nun.
Malamang ka, tinabla ka na nun.
Tinabla ka na nun.
Yung sa tropang gigay siguro sinasabi niya, Coach.
Siyempre, best monetary offer. Paano kung yung MVP group yung nagbigay ng best monetary offer?
Ayun.
Yung mga kalimutan, yung mga heart rate, pwede naman ako. You really know how to start fixing a broken heart.
Kanina ko pa iniintay yun eh. Sabi ko na nga ba, lalabas na naman yung music.
Lagi ako may baon eh. Pero yung mga ganyang situation, nakita na natin yan eh. Kahit sa NBA eh, di ba? Maraming mga balikbayan na pagka kilala mo yung coaches, kilala ka ni Coach Chot, alam ni Josh paano ka i-maximize sa sistema. Andyan si Abe, na point guard mo, na alam mo na, Abe, kailangan natin ng pantuition. Hapit! Pag pumunta na ng panan. Abe, Jason ha, alam ko yan. Pag humahapit ka, times 3 na yung ano yan. Times 3, times 4 na yan. Diba? So pagka alam mo na meron ka ng sanay ka na sa system, kung pwede. Siyempre kasi talk and text fan din ako ngayon. So, PBA fan naman ako. Pero pagka mas maganda siya, kung saan siya fit yun talaga, ako SJ talaga. O kaya kung San Miguel ka, walang 4 yung San Miguel ngayon. Na babagay kasama ni Junmar. Again, it's his choice. It's his, hindi tayo nagpa-pocket watch. Gusto nga natin pocket padding.
Yes.
Pad na ng ipad yung pockets niya for his family.
And for our last comment, thank you, Jerbo Caubalejo. If to choose between Jordan Clarkson or Justin Brownlee, sino mas pipiliin niyo na naturalized player for Gilas?
Naturalized player?
Naturalized.
I would go with JB.
JB.
I think the priorities ngayon ni Jordan Clarkson is not geared towards this side of the planet. Yun ang tingin ko eh. Si Jordan Clarkson cemented himself in that part of the world, in the NBA. And we all know how much he loves the country. Hindi natin pwedeng tanggi yun. Pumupunta siya dito even if he has no certainty that he can play para makatulong sa national team. But kung titingnan mo yung availability, yung familiarity sa culture natin, yung familiarity with the way Filipino basketball is being played,
Yes.
I would go with Justin Brownlee.
Justin
Oh,
Brownlee.
iba-iba eh. I've had a chance to interview Justin Brownlee numerous times in the past with his family, with his sister. When they talk about the Filipino and the Philippines in general, you can sense how much pride they have in. And hindi ko sinasabing wala si Jordan Clarkson
Yeah.
because he is numerous times sinabi na niya na he's very, very willing to represent the Philippines anytime our country needs him in basketball, especially in the international field. Pero yung availability ngayon ni Clarkson could be a big issue, but Justin Brownlee is just right here. So, I would go with Justin.
JB. How about you, Coach Hammer?
Well, tinitignan ko yung...
No.
Siyempre, Justin Brownlee ako, pero tinitignan ko kasi yung kontrata ni Jordan Clarkson. Pipirma lang niya ng 28 million,
That's
2-year
what I was
contract.
saying.
So again, exercising player option, extended na. Kasi pagka patapos na yung kontrata mo, hahapit yan doon. Magpapakita ng Gilas yan, highest bidder. It's a business eh. So, kapipirma lang, 28, magkano ang lalabas ang annual salary niya? Almost $15 million. So, doon ako sa Justin Brownlee kasi nagsuscooter sa the fort pag linggo, dito nakatira, nakikipagbakbakan pagka playoffs, tsaka Pinoy. Hindi tayo lalayo, pinanalo tayo niyan sa Asian Games, ang tagal nating hindi
Yes.
nag-gold eh.
Yeah.
Deserving yan na kung papipiliin tayo, doon tayo sa pipiliin tayo, hindi yung pipiliin natin, tapos makikiusap pa tayo. Para namang...
Makikinig.
Di ba pre, pag ina-naturalize mo, pakiusapan pa. Baka naman, baka pwede mo naman kami i-represent. Kasi, hindi, tatama sa training ko sa NBA, pwede ba darating ako. Justin Brownlee, dyan na nakatira. Pagka pinatawag ni Coach Tim, kailangan ka sa Gilas, andun na agad sa... baka doon pa sa room natin sa inyo Laguna yan. Nakastay doon sa pinakababa. So, di ba, parang it's a choice between somebody who would drop everything and represent the country,
Yes.
or somebody that we need to wait. We need to wait because he has other priorities in his plate.
Hirap kasi yung maraming question mark. Susulatan mo pa yung NBA, susulatan mo pa yung team ni Jordan Clarkson, susulatan mo pa yung man. Ang daming ganun eh. Ang daming dadaanan. Samantalang ito, diretso ka na, scooter na papunta ng Araneta. Game.
Di na nga. Hindi na uso yung pen pal ngayon. Marami matagal yan. Marami pang pakiusapan. Yun yung pinaka... huwag tayo pupunta dun sa ayaw sa atin. Doon tayo sa paglalaban tayo ng bakbakan. Ayos ba?
Parang may parating na
Ayos
song.
ba?
Parang may parating na song. Nako.
Diba?
Thank you for your comments, sports fans. And now, balikan natin yung mga napag-usapan natin kanina. Brief recap sa ating hot takes a while ago. JB not as dominant as he was by Coach Luigi Trillo.
More efficient, playing with a different team, playing with a faster team, that would give him better looks.
And playing in an evolved sport compared to what it was decades ago.
And what's next for Troy Rosario?
Big money. That's next for Troy. Wherever he signs, it will be big money.
Well, just to add to what we already said, we're very happy for the guy.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he has worked so hard to get to this point. We're not saying he's the youngest player, but we're saying he's the most deserving player. Ang ganda ng mga options available for him, and I think it's up to him to make the decision. But we're happy for Troy wherever he is.
Yes, and for our last hot take, UP versus the LSU prediction.
UP?
Oh,
UP fight. UP si Mark, syempre. So, kailangan mag-asa. Kevin Gambao, laban tayo. Laban!
And to our sports fans, are you ready to elevate your sports experience? Dive into the world of live sports like never before with Sports Plus PH. Whether you're a diehard fan or simply love the thrill of the game, we've got you covered. Register now at sportsplus.ph. Thank you so much for your presence tonight, Coach Hammer and Mark
Dapat
Zambrano.
kami magpasalamat sa'yo.
Thank you, ma'am.
Coach
Maraming
Hammer,
salamat po,
grabe
madam.
naman.
Kami po ay nagagalak na makasama ka. At sana
Oo.
hindi mo kami kalimutan pagdating ng araw.
Maraming salamat sa iyong kinapipita-pitagang pagganap.
Thank you for joining me tonight, and to our sports fans, you can support us by following our social media handles, Sports Plus PH on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Maraming salamat po, Mark Zambrano and Coach Hammer, Antonio, and see you in our next episode.
Good night, guys.
Bye, guys!
Enjoy the weekend.
Go talk, obviously. Jordan, Kobe, LeBron. Who and why?
Growing up, I just only wanted to play basketball. It was scary coming here. I didn't know anything about the Philippines. In the U.S., you call a lot of fouls. Here, no blood, no foul. So that was the big difference.